What up? Another day, another breath, and out another opportunity just to be amongst the land of the living. I just appreciate life. Um, I appreciate you all, like always. Um, Back to record another session. I'm just appreciative. Like this year has been so far so good, really good to me in my mental. Honestly, I just feel better. I don't know what it is. I don't know how I've attacked this year, maybe. I have worked out pretty much every day, doing a little jogging. So maybe that has improved my mental. Also went into this year with just a different mindset. So it's really been pretty good the first 11, 12 days. But again, it's 365 days. I still want to look at an outlook of, keep climbing, one foot in front of the other. But I've kind of rocked with the first 11, 12 days of this year, and like I said, it's probably just my focus is different than it was last year. I had a lot going on last year, but we all do. So I'm not gonna use that as the excuse. I just wasn't as focused as I am right now, determined, motivated, uh, to get some stuff done that I think I should have completed last year. So like it's moving in the right direction. I'm gonna keep moving forward. I'm gonna try not to focus on what I can't control. This year, it's gonna be one of those years where I'm locked in totally the whole year, and so hopefully that's the same thing for you all, who's listening, who's watching. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all. I love y'all. Again, y'all matter to me. Obviously, it's just not like a business thing for me. I don't make anything from this. I want to do something that impacts the world, that impacts whoever's watching, but also impacts myself. I look forward to getting on here every week and talking. Got a couple new projects that I think are gonna go into kind of like some movement with those this year soon. So be on the lookout for those. Let's just keep working. Let's just keep going. Let's just stay motivated, stay focused, one foot in front of the other. That's all it is. One foot in front of the other, and just try to do your very best with what you have. Like, there's no reason to just focus on the things you don't have or what others have, and why your life is not the way you think it should be. Let's make it happen. Like, let's make 2025 the year of making it happen. However we do it, again, long as you stay within the law of the land, as long as you stay within God's will for your life. I bid you Godspeed. I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna be prosperous. I think we're gonna achieve the goals that we want to achieve for this year. It's just something different about this year. I don't know if that's the same for y'all, but like I just feel something different about this year, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. I was excited this morning. I was couldn't wait to get to this topic that's kind of been on my mind the last few days, um, because life is short. Like, in our decisions, our actions should be motivated by that. Like, the reason we do what we do is because, like, you don't got that much longer on this earth. Like, you, from the day you're born, you know one thing: you're gonna die, and that's not taught. That's not discussed because it's kind of people afraid of it. But like, you gotta embrace it. You embrace that. Like, this trip is too short. Like, that's like, if you wake up every day thinking, you know what, not saying like, hey, I'm thinking this gonna be it. I don't ever want to encourage that type of thought process, right? Spend all your money, be reckless. No, but understand that nothing's guaranteed, nothing's promised, nothing's like, give everything you have, and I try to adopt that. When I lay my head down every night, that I did the very best I can with what I had today, and then tomorrow's tomorrow. But I'm I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. If I can do it today, I'm gonna try to do it today. But it's more so the arguments, the petty conversations, the nothingness, uh, the things that we do that lead to nothing. Like, you're wasting time. The trip is too short. And when I say the trip is too short, like, you're on this ride called life, and you never know when it's gonna end. We don't know. So that trip is too short to argue and hate and dislike and not speak to people, man. Speak to your friends, speak to your family. Go on those, roller coaster rides. Go climb a mountain, Go do things that you want to do. I said it last time, like last week, that's important, to just live your life to the fullest. Like, not just going to work every day and clocking in and clocking out. Like, and I heard it in another podcast. I heard it, I think, on a motivational, and it just stuck with me. This trip is too short. Like, you do not know when this ride is gonna stop. You're on this ride, that's life. You're driving, you're enjoying everything, and then one day it just stops. Some people it stops, they know it's stopping. Some people don't. Some people it just happens, and you have no idea it's gonna happen. So, like, because we don't know our expiration date, like, why not take chances? Why not enjoy this? Why not do everything you want to do? Again, long as it's within the law of the land, like, I don't see the issue. But living this life that, is perfect, or living this life that, is boring, like, you got one life. There's no other life that you're gonna get. And like I said before, nobody else knows what they're doing. Like, that's the truth. Everybody has this, everyone fooled. There's no geniuses in the world that has this master plan. Like, they figuring it out just like we figuring it out at the same time. They don't know how they gonna go, because no one has lived today. We all living today the same time. So it's not like, this is my second time living this date. Like, it's the first time we all lived it. And this is the last time we'll live this date. Like, next year will be, January 12th, but it won't be the same January 12th. And so, like, I don't have this master plan. And if I did, like, life's going to happen. You're going to get sick. Family members are going to get sick. Your car going to break down. You're going to lose your job. You're going to get divorced. Like, whatever it is, like, it's going to happen. Life is going to happen. And you don't know when it's going to happen. So enjoy it. Get up early and do things you've never done before, and create memories. Like, that's what life is. Life is not what happens to you, right? Life is the moments that take your breath away. Like, those moments you remember, those lasting adventures, those lasting opportunities, And I'm not, condoning quitting your job. Like, if you don't like your job, don't go back. You'll be okay. Like, you were okay when you was younger. You didn't have a job. Someone helped you. Like, it's okay to get help from someone. But if you don't like something, don't be miserable, because it's killing you. It's killing you slowly, and you don't even know it. You just keep going back to work, keep clocking in. You're paying some bills, but you're miserable. Like, that's not life. That's not what God intended for you. We're here to enjoy this. We're here to praise and serve God. We're here but we were created for a purpose. We are created for an intended purpose on this earth, and you have to fulfill that. You were not created to go to work, make a couple bucks, go to the movies, go on a couple of vacations, and then, retire in 30 years. And then what? What's the plan then? Like, do all that stuff that you want to do in 30 years when you retire. Do it right now. Take a couple days off. They'll be okay. Like the same way when you retire, the job's gonna be okay. It's the same way if you miss a day or two at work to enjoy yourself, to get you a breath of fresh air. Like, not saying don't work, not saying don't put effort. Like, yeah, like, do what you get paid to do. Do it at the very best that you can do it. But you gotta take some me time sometime because this trip is short. And you don't know. There's, some people live to their 80, some people live to 100, some people live to their 10. Like, you don't know, and you never want to have. I don't want to have regrets that I wish I could have did this. So any opportunity that come to me, any something I think is fun, invigorating, something I think that's promising, something I think that I'll remember, right? Or mainly, honestly, something I think I'll regret. If I think I'll regret not doing it, I'm gonna do it, especially this year. Like, if I think it's gonna be something that's gonna be impactful to my life, I'm gonna take the chance because you don't get many of those chances, and you don't get those moments back when it's a football game, a basketball game, baseball game. It's, if it's going swimming, if it's like, some people hunt. That's not my thing, but some people hunt. Some people, love the thrill of that. Like, if that's what you want to do, go do it because you've worked hard for it. You've earned it. Go do it. And don't look back. Don't feel bad for it because, the work can be made up. The opportunities, I don't think you can make up that. I think, like, life is full of ups and downs. Life is full of, different turns here and there. But, like, those opportunities that you miss, man, you regret them. And, like, life is just too short. Like, I expect to live decades more. Like, I expect to get into my 80s, right? But, like, when I'm 70 something years old, I'm not trying to think about the things that I missed out on. I'm not trying to be, laying down, saying, man, I wish I'd have, helped with this invention or invested in this or went with my friends, because maybe it's not you, maybe it's your friends. You never know. You never know when you're gonna get that phone call. And so last week, like I said, I went to see my grandmother, went to see my mom and my dad, because obviously the incident that happened in the city of New Orleans. But, like, you don't know if you're gonna get a call. And I don't want to be like, oh man, I wish I would have went and did this. Like, nah, not anymore. Like, I'm gonna bust my butt doing, what I do at the very highest level. I'm gonna pour everything into what I do to be the best. My organization is gonna get the best version of me, but I'm not gonna neglect my family anymore for it. Like, I'm still gonna go hard. That's just in my nature. But if I can sneak and get me some time with my family, I'm gonna do it. Because the job won't replace that. Like, I do everything I do for my family. And if you're the same way, you understand where I'm coming from. Like, again, this trip is way too short. There's people I've known for, I'm 36. I've known for probably 30 some years of my life, right? And there's people I thought I would know for my entire life that are no longer with us. Decisions, life, however, whatever the reason, right? But, like, I wish I still had time with them. That's the number one thing that everybody wish they had, right? More time. We all wish we had more time, but the truth is we do. We just right now not using the time wisely. Like the Bible says, redeem the time. We don't, and it also says to teach us how to number our days, because we don't know. Like, if someone told you your exact date of expiration, most of us would not be doing what we're doing right now. That's the truth. We will be out, living life with no care in the world. But The reason, that change from 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is because someone comes to you and tell you, hey, you can't do that. Or, hey, you don't have the ability to do this. Or, no one's ever done this. And so it kills that joy. It kills that hunger, right? The imagination. That's the word I was looking for. It kills people kill your imagination. And because of that, you're not adventurous anymore. You're just going about life. You just, you know, floating. And what does it get you? Like a lifetime of regret. But when you think about it as a trip, right, as a drive, like you never know when that road's gonna end. And so you have fun. You get in the car, you gas it up, right? And you just drive. And if you look at it that way, like you're on a full tank of gas, whenever you on E, you run out. That's it. So you're gonna make as many stops as possible. You're gonna go see as many places as you can on that tank of gas when because when it's empty, it's empty. And you gotta look at it like you don't get any, no refills. Can't fill it back up. This is it. Whenever it runs out, it runs out. And this is not to scare anyone, right? Like this is like that is not that you shouldn't fear that, because you shouldn't fear something that you know is gonna happen. That don't make any sense. Like it's going to happen. No one here is getting out of here alive. We're all checking out of here at some point. And like I said, I speak that over my life. I got a long time left. I got so much time left, right? But like the reality is, none of us we're gonna check out of here at some point. And right now, if you look back at your life, as I look back at mine, and you wonder, like, did I do everything I could? Did I take all the chances I could? Did I squeeze every ounce of opportunity out of every opportunity? Did I go as hard as I should have went yesterday, last week, last month? Most of us would say nah, because we were tired, because we were busy, because we had work, because we had bills. That's not living life. You're not here to pay bills. Because if that was the case, that'll be the answer. That's how you go to heaven, if you never laid on your bills. So, and I don't want to get here and tell people, oh, be late on your bills, oh, do this, oh, don't do this. Nah, like all I'm gonna say is what I've experienced and what I'm going through and what I'm taking the chances on. Like this year is the year of me exploring every opportunity. And it doesn't mean I'm quitting my job or not putting the best effort. No, I don't want to practice laziness. I don't want to practice recklessness. I don't want anyone doing it. I don't want anybody listening to this and saying, hey, he said quit my job, he said don't do anything, just have fun. No, like, let's not be reckless, but let's not waste time, which you don't get it back. It's not coming back. You don't get to rewind. Like those moments that you get, somebody asks you, hey man, you want to go do this? We're going to do this. And you have the time to do it, or you can make time to do it. Because that experience, those moments, right, with the people that you love, your friends, your family, is priceless. A couple swipes on a time clock won't change that. Have a good time. Enjoy this ride, because it's short. That's the reality. And we don't know how short it is. I speak it over myself. I'll continue to speak it over y'all. You all, that that you have longevity. But what's longevity? 40, 50, 60 years? Like, that's still not a lot for us to waste it. Like, do your best at whatever you're good at. Pour everything into it. Don't half-ass it. Don't do that. Don't stick one foot in it. Don't dip one toe in it. Go all in. And because you don't have no regrets. If you're gonna do it, do it. If you're not gonna do it, don't do it. Don't waver. Don't go back and forth. Don't be lukewarm. You know, be hot or cold. Be all in or all out. Because the wavering, the back and forth, all you're really doing is, the number one thing I hate is you wasting time, and you can't get it back. You'll never get this time back. Like, I'll never get 7:59 a.m. back. That time's gonna be gone in a few seconds, and then it's on to the next minute, and then the next minute, and then the next minute. Then I look up, and it's like, where's the time gone today? And then I'm getting ready to recharge, lay down, shut my eyes, and next thing you know, I'm back up in the morning on January 13th, and like, you plan, right? Like, you plan for the next day. You execute that plan, but at the same time, like, you gotta find ways to carve in or carve out time for you, like, to be able to protect your mental, to be able to protect your energy. All that's important as you along, you riding along this journey. I say the same pretty much thing. Keep God first in everything that you do, and it elevates everything you do. And I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep talking about it. I'm gonna keep wearing shirts that if I don't even communicate to you or talk to you, I communicate to you without talking. Like, that's who I am. That's who I'm always gonna be. I'm not gonna change that, because I wouldn't be here without my Lord and Savior. And so I'm not gonna shy away from that. Every opportunity I get, every room I sit in, they're gonna know that I know God. And they might not like it. Y'all might not like it. I might lose views. I don't enough. A lot of people don't watch this anyway for me to worry about what people think of it. That's the truth. And even more so, no one controls my life but me. I make the decisions in my life. No matter what, they can shut this down. They can dislike it. They can comment. They can, like, at the end of the day, this is my life. And I want to share it with other people who going through the things I've gone through and what I'm going through mentally. Because I'll say it again, like, depression is real. Stress is real, right? We can control it. We can contain it by our thoughts and our actions. What you think of is what you become. Anything that you put in your mind, anything that you think about is what you become. And life is too short to be worried about what others say about you. They're going to talk about you anyway. Right? Whatever you do, they're going to talk about it. They're going to find something what you do, because truthfully, they wish they were doing it. And so because you doing it, the jealousy in them, the envy in them is like, why they get to do it and I can't do it? But you know why? Because you choose not to. If you choose to, then you won't have that issue. But most people are afraid to choose tough things, or they're afraid to have tough conversations because they're worried about what others will say. And that's a hopeless life. They're going to talk either way. It doesn't matter. They're going to say, because people who do nothing need something to talk about. And that's how you got to look at it. Like, give them something to talk about. I don't care what people say. I used to. I'm human. I can say that. I used to care what people thought about me. I used to care how they felt about me. It does nothing for me. I've realized that. Like, it's not going to change anything that I do, because they can't change who I am. So I'm going to keep one foot in front of the other, and I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to say and do whatever I want. Because I control me. I'm my fate is controlled by me. I run my show. Yes, I work for someone. Yes, I believe in a higher calling. I serve Jesus. I like, yeah, I have people to answer to. That's the truth. But at any given time, I can say, you know what, I'm good. Even God gives you free will. You can make whatever decisions you want. So if the highest of high gives me free will, then why am I just conform to everyone else? And you got to think of like your life like that. And that goes into like this being it, this being the one life that you have. Why waste it just taking orders that you're unhappy with? Like, yeah, that's how you start the string of depression and anxiety, right? It's because you're not living a life that you want to live, and other people are dictating how you live your life. And then you look up and you see them having all this fun, right? And you wishing you can do that. You can make the decision to do it. It's gonna be rough. Like nothing's ever worth nothing ever worth anything is easy. It's going to be tough, but you can do it. We're built for this. We were created to break through the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows of life. They come to grow us, to mature us, to refine us. They don't come to destroy us. It's here to bring us to the next level, prepare us for the next level, new levels, new devils. So if you don't go through the process of creating the calluses on your hands, right? You don't toughen your hands up. You don't toughen yourself up for you can't withstand the weather. If you've never been through a storm, you don't know how to get through a storm. And then you can't tell someone else how to get through a storm. So you need to go through your storms. I appreciate my storms. It's a part of the journey. And I embrace them. Again, like how I am today is not how I was years ago. You're looking at a different situation. You're looking at a, a growth process, a maturity process that is years in the making. I didn't just wake up and say this is who I am. Like I've taken some L's. I've taken a lot of L's, but it's gotten me this far, so I don't regret them at all because they all were choices. They were all choices by me, and I made decisions that impacted my life either way. And now I'm here on this journey, on this drive, and understanding that at any point it can stop. I don't want it to, but the reality is at some point it's gonna stop. Not right now though. I got some time. I'm gonna make time for the things I want to do along this journey, because I want to make memories that I can talk about and express to other people like you all, and just talk about like the growth process and how I enjoyed it, how it wasn't a burden. Like life shouldn't be a burden. And I say that to you because you're living. There are people praying for what we're complaining about every day. Every day, life isn't as bad as we make it out to be. But you can make it feel way worse than what it really is. It's all in the eye of the beholder. Like, we're going to be okay. We're going through some tough times right now. Obviously, in California, the situation that happened in Louisiana, in New Orleans, the snow ends, the storms, the situations of people losing their lives. Like, you don't want that at all. You accept that that's the reality of life, but you don't want that at all. I'm praying for all the people out here that's struggling with things that they're not talking about. I'm sorry that you don't feel like you can talk about it, but hopefully this helps you. Hopefully this gives you a better understanding that life will improve, but it has to start with you. It has to start your mental believing that you can. And you can. Most of the success stories in the world started from the bottom. And at some point, they went back to the bottom. They got all the way to the top. They work, and then they fail. Because life will humble you. But that humbling process is only for you to use to climb back up and have a greater appreciation for where you at. Appreciation. Like, that's a seldom used word for, in life, because most of us complain. Most of us want more. And I get that. I want more, right? But I've learned to appreciate what I have. I'm thankful for what I have. I'm grateful. Gratitude gets me through a lot in life. Not saying it could always be worse. I don't want to say that, right? But it's not as bad as it seems. There's no perfect life, but we can make the best of what we have. I love y'all. I thank y'all, for this. Just understand, like, it's not a bad thing, right? That life ends, or that this chapter in this book ends, because all you gotta do is turn the page. Like, it will improve. Just put one foot in front of the other. This trip is definitely too short, but our lives matter. It's important that we understand that. Yeah, we understand that we grow through what we go through, and all of it is all the impact on everything we do has an impact on us and other people, and we just want to move forward. I thank y'all. I love y'all. I think, like I said, I'm enjoying this year. I hope you all are too. I hope you all are just continuing to prepare. But there's gonna be ups and downs. There's gonna be different ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys in this year. Like, it's not all gonna go our way. But as long as we're moving forward, we'll be okay. It's gonna improve. It will. The storm will pass. You're gonna be okay. I love y'all. I believe in y'all. I believe in what you're doing. Like, it's not as bad as it seems. The sun will come up again. Dark times don't last. You are built different. You are being refined. You're being molded for your future. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all.